Good day, fellas. I hope you are ready for your daily dose of skill, and today we are going to play with WZ-120. And lately I had a challenge to mark WZ-120 without gold. I'm almost done with it. Soon it is going to be, soon we will have a YouTube video on the extra channel, Skill for L2 Extra, if you are not aware of that, right? I would highly recommend to check it out. I know it is going to be very nice and very good one to begin with, right? And I was pleasantly surprised with this tank. What do I mean by saying this is this tank treated me extremely well. And funny fact, I thought this tank is absolutely a pile of caco, and I thought this tank is no bueno, okay? That's what I thought, but I could not be more wrong about this vehicle, to be fair with you. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is not epic tank because, unfortunately, but this vehicle doesn't have great gun depression. You know, -3 gun depression is kind of caco. But other than that, the gun actually hits. The gun spanks very well. And that is a weird thing because I thought this gun cannot hit anything. I thought this gun would miss the shot from inside of the barn, but oh boys, I was surprised, okay? And considering that alpha damage of this tank is 440, right? Penetration 249, and speaking about the standard gameplay, right? I thought, it's going to be meh. But once again, it is good to replay with the tanks you haven't played in a while and just to see how the tank behaves overall. Now, the highlight of this tank, in my humble opinion, is hits. 440 alpha damage plus 340 hit penetration. It doesn't matter what you see in front of yourself. Is it 279 knee, or is it mouse, or is it whatever else? You're feeling great. You can penetrate pretty much everyone, right? So this is definitely a positive thing. Just once again, the biggest problem with this vehicle is gun depression. Gun depression is absolutely stinker. And I just need to highlight this, you know? I believe that's fair. So, as you can see, the first couple of shots we managed to spank enemies like there is no tomorrow, and we are doing very well at this point. I think this could have been hit as well. What a crazy tank! Also, speaking about equipment setup, what do I use on this tank, right? For the equipment setup, for the long-range maps, as an example steps, I am going with ventilation rammer improved aiming unit, right? I know it sounds weird, but this is the build which I have, and I truly enjoy it. And for maps like Himmelsdorf, Ensk, and wherever else whenever you are fighting from the close range, I like to go with the hardering, rammer, and stabilizer, right? Because the distance from you to the enemy is very close, so you do not need to have better dispersion, if that makes sense, right? That's how am I playing with this tank, and I actually kind of enjoy it. To answer into your question, is it updated on the index page? Not yet. We are slowly but surely working to update everything in the index page, right? But it is taking time. So far, what we have done, light tanks are updated from tier 10 to tier 6, and tank destroyers from tier 10 to tier 9, right? This is what is done. It's already fresh as fresh it can be. And I think it is important to highlight overall. And if you are looking for a certain YouTube video, or you are struggling with a certain tank, fellas, remember, index page is here to the rescue, equipment setup, crew setup, and many other things, right? I would highly recommend to check it out, and you will see absolutely everything yourself. Meanwhile, Mr. Fosh, how are you doing this fine day? The damage is adding up with this tank, right? 440 alpha damage for a medium tank, it's awesome. It truly is. What a beautiful tank. No. Let's see, what do we have? At this point, all I am waiting for, I'm waiting until enemies will get spotted here, because eventually they will. T-57 Heavy noticed that he cannot play in this position because we are going to outspot him all the time, so he is saying, yep, see you never, mother trucker. This is what he is saying. Huh. Lion and Foch. how to deal with them? Let me think, fellas. I have an idea. I know Ster-1 and Foch and IS-32 never been spotted. I understand this. But I think I should play in the middle. I think this is the right play for us. Now, instead of going instantly into the bush, I am waiting for a moment. Am I going to get spotted or not? And now we are simply waiting until we can spot someone, right? And as you can see, this gentleman is sitting in the open field. Beautiful, a bit of assisting damage and a bit of the damage dealt. Excellent. Very, very nice. Now, since the enemies know I am sitting here, I'm going to escape. I think it is about the time, fellas. I do not really want to make that much pressure here. But what I can do, I can play relatively safe, you know? I can try to take some kind of bush, and from the bush I can try to punish enemies for being silly gooses. That's what I want to do. Also, I would not act surprised if someone from the enemy team will say, yep, middle is the place to be, and let's try to repush the middle because there is a lonely WZ-120 sitting over there. So we want to be smart, fellas. And apparently this is a very long game. And fellas, in the current world of tanks, we must appreciate long battles, you know? Looking into the game, how often do we have... What did I told you? What did I told you, fellas? I'm reading you like open book. Oh, what a smart mother trucker he is. He's thinking, huh? Where is the son of the banana? Where he is sitting at? This is what he is thinking at this point. And this is exactly what I want to see, fellas. I want to see enemies making silly goose mistakes like this. Okay, just like so, we are fine. And in fact, I think for a very first time I will load the heat ammunition. Why am I going to load the heat? Because we need to figure out how to deal with this T-57 heavy, right? That's what we need to do. Heat. 340 penetration, you mother trucker. How about this? Do you want to play? Come here. I know the T-57 is kind of Heat 57 as well, you know? I'm very, very well aware of that he can load the hits and he won't have any problems whatsoever to deal with me, but still, I am feeling kind of okay. Foch is the next victim for us. We need to find a great angle to say hello for Mr. Foch, right? Now, if we will do everything properly, we should be able to claim his life right about now. Please, pay attention how good this gun behaves for this alpha damage. You know, I felt like I underrated this vehicle so much. And you know, it is kind of sad that I am, well, it's kind of good we are finding the vehicles like this, but kind of sad in the same time, since my opinion was so brutal towards the WZ-120. I would definitely call it one of the most underrated tanks, you know? That's how I would call this tank. Look at this alpha damage. I am just highlighting, fellas. Alpha damage. Ooh! Meanwhile, we are going to return to the same bush here. And we are going to say hello for this T-57. We have all time in the world of tanks, and all I need to do, I need to dig this guy out of this position. Slowly but surely. We are not... Arta minus 700! Oh my bananas, fellas. Oh! Okay. Okay, big boy, I see how it goes. I see how it goes. Oi, 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 please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. Thank you very much. Wow, that was brutal, fellas. Wow, minus 700. Okay. And now we have a very, very good angle. At this point, all we need to do, we need to wait until T-30 will go back, and eventually he will. Going for a blind shot. Unfortunately, definitely not hitting this one, but that's okay. Going for another blind shot like this, not hitting it, that's fine. And going for extra blind for a good measure. What an interesting game this is. What an interesting game this is. This is not a bad game by any shape or any form, fellas. In fact, I do enjoy the games when I am challenged, you know, when I need to do something. Or I'm supposed to say, at least figure out how to do the things properly. That's what I like. This is what what is so beautiful about World of Tanks, in my opinion, you know? Not 15-1 4-minute games. This is the games to play for. Beautiful. Never worried. Three minutes. Now, we need to figure out how to win this. The worst part, the tier 10 Esterva never been spotted. He doesn't have a single kill. Guys, any ideas where tier 10 Esterva is? Question mark. Okay, two guys are saying he's over there. We cannot push alone on Esterva. It is just simply impossible. Think, skill, think. So that being said, we are going to do the things a bit differently. We will try to make pressure together with a convoy. One Arta. We are getting involved like this. This is risky, but we are up to take the risk. Esterva. Esterva is here. Esterva. We gave information for our team as much as we physically and possibly could, okay? It was an interesting game. It was very, very nice one. I enjoyed myself. Arta blind shooting. Wow, GG. Oh, what a big brain moves, fellas. Arta is blind shooting. Enemies are blind shooting. Everyone is thinking couple of steps ahead. Oh, what a game this is. You know what? It is not happening that often that I watch till the end, but this game we need to see how it will end. This is absolutely glorious. This is the game to play World of Tanks for, fellas. Honestly speaking, this is the game. Meanwhile, time is definitely not in our favor. Estarva is sitting in the back, but he has a lot of hit points and he's eliminating our Leo 1. Waffle will take some time until he will arrive into position, although he might find the Arta in the Delta 1. Meanwhile, Object will definitely struggle to deal with this Estarva, that's for sure. Plus, on top of that, he's open for enemy Artas as well. At least that's what I want to believe. Meanwhile, our Arta is aiming towards the Estarva for sure, and Object will try to spank him for once. Estarva is a ninja turtle. He can farm this object without bigger problems whatsoever, and this is exactly what he is doing. Our Arta is going with a blind shot, and now it is 3 versus 2, but the thing is, timer is not timer is obviously off, and we are not going to win the game. Neither enemies will win the game. It's kind of a stalemate, but oh boys, what a game that was. Absolutely madness, fellas. I enjoyed it. I had a blast here, and that was quite a journey. What a beautiful game. This is, fellas, correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section down below, but this is those are the games we are playing World of Tanks for. Not for 15 to 1 3-minute games, you know. Those are the games which is making my blood pumping, and you know, I need to think how to play the game. What a beautiful game. Nice. Meanwhile, we finished this with a draw, 3.4 thousand damage, 1.6 thousand assisting damage. We cannot complain about this. We are top by experience, we are fourth by the damage, which is completely fine, and this is a good score. Minus 31,000 credits, obviously. We paid our taxes and we paid our price because I do not have extra rations for Chinese in stock anymore, and in the same time I am paying a full price for natural cover. That's why we have such a big minus, but nevertheless, awesome game. Nice. Let's go for seconds. Okay, let's see what second game will bring for us. Bad news instantly that we have a losing spawn, but we are not going to go down without fight. So first things first. What do we want to do? We want to take the corner here. Foxtrot 4 is the position where we want to play. And hopefully we can spank enemies, whoever is trying to go like this or going deep here, right? You know that Scorpion is sitting here? That's okay. Skill, how you can say it is okay that you took one for the team? Fellas, taking one for the team for information is not necessarily the worst thing what could happen for you, you know? It is not that bad, and in the same time we will try to dig the living crap out of this Scorpion, and we are not going to allow him to have a great time. Plus on top of that, I can see the trees are falling there, so there is a bit of the chance that this gentleman got hit and he simply thought, OMG, what to do now? So we are just blind shooting all over the place here. Hawk. Hawk is thinking of making pressure like this. You can see what he is doing, fellas. He is slowly but surely trying to make a bit of pressure this way. Meanwhile, Leo. Unfortunately, the gun is not working in our favor yet, which is quite sad thing. Oh my bananas. How many sniper schnitzels do they have there? At least 3 guns are sitting in the back, fellas. Keep this in mind. And our Tian Hash is going for a full Trololo move. That being said, we are sitting in very hard position here. What can you do? That is a losing spawn for you. Okay, good shot to the Mr. Scorpion G. Obviously he's a bit upset and everything, but you cannot blame him for that. That's fair. And now we are going for a safe defense parameter. This is the moment whenever we are reevaluating our life choices. For obvious reasons, I do not want to die with 1 shot per game, right? So, at this point, we are just relocating. What position do you want to take skill? I want to take this safe defense parameter position here. There is a huge chance that enemies will try to make pressure like this, or alternatively like this. And this position covers it all. Good. This is where we want to sit, fellas. And now, we are aware of that we are losing this game, right? But we are not going to cry over this. We are going to feel very, very good. And we will wait until enemies will say, yep, we are ready to go. That's what we want to see. The main reason why we cannot play in this position anymore, because we know they have way too many sniper schnitzels. There is all triangle sitting there. And that's not good. That is simply not good. What we want to see here, we want to see enemies getting involved. And if enemies won't get involved, this is a problem, right? And our team, they cannot push through this. It is just impossible, right? So keep this in mind. It's kind of sad, you know, seeing our team taking one for the team and pretty much dying. But in this situation, I don't really think we can change something and we can play anyhow differently, unfortunately. Also, just to think ahead, what is happening, this T10 is flanking like this, right? So since the T10 is flanking like this, we are going to see him very, very soon in this position. What that means for us, that means that we need to wait for him arriving. And here we go. This guy is just arriving. Now, this is a bit different situation for us because, you know, I'm telling you, in the first moment of the game, I told you that instantly that this is a losing spawn, okay? As sad as it might be, losing spawn is a losing spawn, right? And unfortunately, but there is nothing what we can change about this. We are going to fight till the last moment at this point. 340 hits are just shredding the living crap. Here's Baboon. This gentleman is Baboon. I cannot hit him. That would be mean from my side since he is raising the PP and this is a sign of the Baboon, right? I just simply cannot hit him. That would be mean from my side. Ay, fellas. Oh my bananas. What a game to be alive. That's World of Tanks for you. Not much what we can do losing spawn, fellas. How not to laugh from this, right? Meanwhile, unfortunately, we are coming back with a defeat. We have 3000 damage, 2 kills. We are top by experience. We are top by the damage. I think we played this game well, and I think we should be happy about this for obvious reasons. Although we lost 63,000 credits, once again, quite a bit of the heat ammunition, and I'm paying for extra rations pretty much full price, right? Which is not ideal, but that's what we have. Anyways, round number 3, hopefully we will come back with a victory. Okay, fellas, last but not least, we have Fisherman's Bay Standard Battle. Today I have quite a rough session, as you can see, we are not winning the games, but it is how it is. What message I want to share with you that, fellas, not every game is winnable, right? Sometimes you just cannot win the games. It doesn't matter how good of the player you are, it doesn't matter what kind of good decisions you are making. So, you know, I wish for every and each of you to live one battle at a time. What do I mean by saying this is, let's not let's try to do our best not to be toxic in the chat, and let's try to look for our performance in the same time, right? I had, the previous game which I had was, you haven't seen that one, by the way, but I felt like I am playing in a zoo. What do I mean by saying this? Every mother trucker in that game was noob team, you know? Horrible, disgusting, and yeah, sure, we lost the game, happens for the best of us. But what I want to say is to focus one battle at the time. Try to do our best in one game at the time and just enjoy the moment, if I can say so, right? If we are going to start from ourselves of being a bit more positive, I believe the game is going to be better placed as well. And it doesn't matter how the things are looking like, you know, just it is always harder to look for a bit of the positivity than negativity, right? It's just how it goes. Meanwhile, we are playing in the Fisherman's Bay standard battle. We started our game with one shot, which is good, and in the same time we are just waiting until enemies will get spotted here, because they will. We have a board who is sniping in the back, and all we want to see someone getting spotted just like so. I would highly, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, highly recommend to pay attention at the gun handling of this vehicle. No, but still you are saying that for the whole video. Exactly, because I am surprised, and in fact I am shocked how good this tank is behaving considering the alpha damage, right? Still, whenever you mention the gun, you are missing the shot. Shit, it's planned, okay? It goes as intended, if you know what I mean. Good. So far, extremely good game. And so far, it looks very, very promising as well. I can see enemies making a bit of pressure like this, which is fair enough. And that being said, we are going to join the heavy line at this point. At this point, I want to get involved, and at this point, I want to say hello for the enemy forces who are making a bit of pressure, right? This is exactly what we are looking for, and this is exactly what we need. Meanwhile, this WZ is not feeling great about his life choices, I can promise you that. He's trying to escape, and we are trying to spank him in the ass, although, luckily for him, he managed to escape without getting spanked. That's okay. That is completely fine. How about if we would take this beautiful position here and we would try to find a decent angle for that Mr. Shrek, or alternatively for sniper schnitzels who are sitting here. I think this is the right play, and I think we can afford this and we can play very, very well here. So let's wait for a moment. I believe, fellas, that enemies are going to start making mistakes. I can see we are winning this game by 4,000 hit points, which is decent. Actually, it's not decent. It's very, very good, fellas. We are chilling. But in the same time, it's only the start. There is still a lot of things for us to do and a lot of damage to farm overall, speaking about this game. I kind of want to go for a blind shot, I guess. Blind shot for a Shrek. Beautiful blind shot. We hit him in the face. That's good. Cobra is waiting, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. I can see that. Cobra is waiting until I am going to get spotted here, so I need to be twice more careful at this point. Plus, on top of that, I would love to go a bit for a blind shots over there, because usually there is some tank destroyers who are sitting there and who are just simply waiting until someone will mess up. And it's kind of easy to see are we hitting the enemies sitting here or not. So far we missed both of our shots, but that is okay. Meanwhile, Shrek going for a blind shot to that direction. Unfortunately, he's still alive. That's okay, we got this. I am getting closer to make a bit of pressure in the heavy line, just to eliminate the heavy line overall and to move on with my life to a certain extent, right? This is what I am thinking. But before doing that, couple of more blind shots here. Let's relocate a bit. And let's see, maybe we can have a decent angle to say goodbye for this Mr. Shrek, right? Let's try to raise our gun a bit up. Nope. It doesn't look like he's sitting here. Patience, fellas. Actually, you know what? I don't need to be patient. I do not necessarily need to be patient here. I am feeling alright. All I am trying to do is I'm trying to hunt this Mr. Shrek sitting here. And he is somewhere around this area. Just the question is where exactly, you know? That's what I'm trying to do. I understand that our team is winning the game relatively easily, you know? I understand that and we are feeling alright. E75 is getting involved to the maximum. We are relocating ourselves. We are about to spank him in the side with a beautiful tracking shot. Very, very nice. Now we are trying to get a proper angle just to eliminate him from the game. And we are saying hello, E75. You see, this guy is impatient. And this is the biggest problem for this gentleman. There is absolutely nothing what he can gain from this. Unfortunate. Mistakes were made. Meanwhile, I'm going in, and my goal is to eliminate Mr. Shrek from this battle. That's what I want to do. I know that this gentleman is sitting somewhere here in the bushes, okay? That's what I know. Oh wow, he relocated. We are playing well. We are playing well, fellas. But the question is how to get more use. What a gun accuracy. STRVS1. If he is going to hang out around this area, we are going to spank him. Good. Once again, highlight of this tank. One of the most underrated guns. At this point, I think we can go brrr. Skill, what do you mean going brrr? I will take this position here. Now, the main reason why am I going to go aggressively like this and why do I want to make pressure is quite straightforward. I want to eliminate this chair footer and I want to eliminate this TIE 59G. Chair footer has quite a bit of the hit points, but TIE 59G is kind of down to fartable. So, it very much depends how we are going to approach this, this game. TIE 59G, down to fartable, he's paying attention at me, I don't care. We are slaughtering our brother from other mother, right? By saying that, I mean both of us are made in China. And we can move on. What a beautiful game this is. Nice. Definitely cannot complain and definitely cannot say that is this game is the worst game in the world of tanks by any shape or any form. I think we are doing quite a bit of the heavy lifting, right? The gun treats us well. Overall, right, we are spotting for our team, we are making good decisions, and we are feeling very, very well. Oh, what a game. Beautiful. Fellas, we are playing for 6,000 in this battle, and there is still a bit of the meat left on the bones, so that's what we are trying to do. We are trying to claim them if we will have a chance. Cobra is running for his life for obvious reasons. He's trying to hunt our 257, which is not a big surprise. He eliminated one gun, now he is going on the massive hunt for the object, and we are hitting another shot. What a crazy performance today. I am very, very happy about this. Another one. I'm telling you, whenever I got a challenge to mark this tank without gold, I thought I am screwed. Whenever the tank has only one highlight, which is the heat penetration in a way, that's a problem. But looking how this gun behaves, it's absolutely amazing. All you need to do in order to be successful with this tank to get used for -3 degrees of the gun depression, which is not easy, but it is doable. Oh, what a beautiful game. I'm very, very happy to finish everything with a beautiful performance. So all in all, we made 3,900 damage, 5 kills, 3,500 assisting damage, which is great. Solid ace as well, very, very nice. And we finished everything with 1.4 base experience. What a beautiful game. Obviously, first by experience, first by the damage, and we lost 8,000 credits. What a session, fellas. I present you one of the most underrated guns out there. Madness, who could have expected that? Anyways, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed yourself and I hope you had a great time. Thank you very much for everything and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace.